Hi Scorpio, thanks for joining me for your September 2017 forecast for the month. I'm shuffling the Aquarian Tarot by David Palladini, and at the end of the reading I'll be drawing a Doreen Virtue angel card, which I love. They're like vibrant and glowing. So let's start because we're entering September in a Mercury retrograde, so through the 5th. Mercury will be retrograde and going direct then on the 5th at 28 degrees of Leo. And you have about a 4-day period of time. On the 9th, Mercury then transits into Virgo, where he'll be through the 29th. And there's replenished communication energy in the career sector. And then the theme of September for Scorpio is your social life and who you are connected with in your friendships and the clubs and groups and organizations that you're affiliated with. This is a very social month for you. Major personal planet action, all in the 11th house where you hold Virgo. What clubs are you joining? What friends are allowed in your life and what friends aren't? The theme that I think is that Scorpio might be very feisty about their friendships or connections, and here's why. On the 5th, the same day Mercury goes direct, Mars, the planet of aggression and assertion and energy, power and control, enters Virgo in this 11th house. So agitation around your friendships is available for Scorpio, but also the energy to maintain connection is also there. So it can be read very differently. If Scorpio does have dramatic instances in the 11th house of friendships and clubs, then yes, these will come to the surface. And maybe they need to be addressed. Maybe they don't. It depends. And what I was going to say earlier is that the theme of this 11th house, it feels like you don't always have to maintain friendships. Friendships can dissipate, and that's okay. It is what it is. People outgrow each other. People change. They don't always stay the same. I know some people think that they do, but they don't, and experiences can elevate a person. And I feel like Scorpio, with Mars in the 11th, there is some, and Mercury there is some heated energy in this sector that Scorpio needs to deal with, however way you see fit. Now, with Mercury direct in this area, you might find that it's essential to communicate what angers you, because Mercury and Mars are conjunct in this 11th house. Communication, Mercury, anger, Mars. It also could mean that you have stamina for tons of relationships right now. So it can apply differently. Every Scorpio isn't going through the same experience. And please watch your ascendant sign if you're lucky enough to know the time of your birth. That will apply very strongly to your astrology. On the 6th, our full moon is at 13 degrees of Pisces. This is a water sign trining the placements that you have in Scorpio. Wow, I just felt, I hope this translates somehow in the video. I just felt something brush my cheek. Okay, so the full moon bringing an awareness, closure in Pisces, trining Scorpio. This is a very psychic moon. You're a very intuitive sign. There is spiritual message on the 6th for Scorpio. It's a visionary moon, conjunct Neptune and the healing asteroid Chiron in Pisces. This full moon brings an awareness to the 5th house of your children, creative endeavors, romance. Some romances are coming to an end for Scorpio, having fulfilled the obligation of the union. Just like friendships, not every romance is meant to last forever, because experiences are fulfilled at different times. They don't always have to be. Soulmate doesn't mean until the day I'm dead. Soulmate is about a connection with the spirit that could be 5 minutes long. it doesn't normally take 5 minutes, but it doesn't have to be the longevity of your life experience here in this plane. And I think some people are holding on to what about me? And I thought we were a couple, or I thought we were dating, or I thought we were friends. You can't control other people, although Mars in your 11th will have you think you can. You can't control other people. You should take responsibility for what your role is in the situation. It's the only thing you have to go off of. So I feel like Scorpio is doing some analyzing and internalizing with their role in their relationships and romances and friendships. On the 19th, Venus enters Virgo, joining the party of the 11th house, where Mars and Mercury are stationed. And now this is drawing in the attraction of the right people in your life. So if you are going through a process of weeding out your relationships, Venus can replenish you, and so can the new moon on the 20th at 27 degrees of Virgo in the 11th house of new friendships, new clubs, new people around you. I also want to say this, the 11th house is the internet as well, and all things social. It doesn't have to be social right in front of you. It's, it's online stuff. The 11th house is a very progressive space, normally governed by Aquarius, the internet, and the connectedness of others. And Scorpio, you might need to create a new presence online, or something about the internet with the new moon, maybe an internet-based business. It's not typically a business sector, but I just got that. New moon in the 11th could also see the new friendships coming your way. Perhaps you're connecting with them through a platform of the internet. There might be a desire to start something online at this time if you haven't already. On the 22nd, this is our autumnal equinox, the cardinal ingress. Lots of action here. Now, Libra for you, Scorpio, is a quiet sector, but it's a psychic sector. So your intuition is spot on from the 22nd on. And I would trust your instinct there. You could also receive premonition and dreams through October 21st in that sector. When the sun enters Libra, he'll be conjunct Jupiter, who's stationed there. And on the 28th, Jupiter is directly opposing, exactly in opposition to Uranus in Aries. So you are torn between the expansion of your self and rest and what is required from you at work and in your health. There's a sudden, on the 28th, this is a day of sudden inspiration or revelation in the relationship between the sixth house of health and work and the 12th house of rest. Scorpio might be doing too much and needing and requiring some downtime suddenly. Might be a day that you choose to call out of work. Playing hooky on the 28th would be something that can come to you as an insight overnight. I'm not going in tomorrow. Mercury on the next day, the 29th, enters this 12th house in Libra as well. So not saying as much, and the communication stimulated here in the subconscious mind, not here on the internet. Scorpio might be intuitively drawn to how they need to communicate. I wanted to say something about remaining quiet. What was it? Oh, when Mercury enters the 12th, you can be withdrawn in what you are expressing, and you're not as easy to relay things. So messages are thoroughly edited, and only saying what needs to be said is applied here. I do want to draw the cards and see what comes up. And if you'd like to read with me, I read all through the week, And you can find me at audreyalison.com. All the links are below in the Show More section for my tarot course and the Vimeo videos, which are now up on demand for September. Scorpio, first card, the Lovers. This is the card of Gemini. It's an attraction card. It is could indicate a lover's triangle. It is the card that represents Gemini in the tarot, so we'll see what comes up. Page of Swords. This could be a younger Gemini. This is the card of the Messenger. And like I said, some things are worth communicating and some things aren't. The page might see you receive a message still while Mercury's retrograde in the first 5 days of the month. Temperance. This is a Sagittarius, or the card representing Sagittarius. Moderation, balance, patience, everything in sweet due time. Don't push too much. If you need and require rest, I would take that advice. Ace of Swords. This is a card of victory. It's a card of yes, direction, making a decision, clear thinking, clarity, being sober in mind, clear thinking. So watch the retrograde for the first 4 or 5 days, and clarity in the 12th house of the subconscious mind. Downtime is required at the end of the month for Scorpio to really ingest, I think, some messages being delivered. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. You have 2 more cards. Now you have the Page of Pentacles, more news regarding work and money. How you're earning, protecting your health and well-being. 1 more card. 2 of Rods. Your attraction. Who are you attracted to? Twin flames. It could be a physical card, sexual card. It could be that you are attracted to a younger air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be both of those people because you have the Lovers, and this could be your triangle right there. Both of them seem to be younger. This could just be the page being the news coming into you of both of those signs. But there is a choice and a decision that is made. If you are in a triangle, the Ace of Swords is a clear-cut choice, and there's one remaining, the Ace, the individual. And you're juggling, you're torn between the 2 of them. Torn between 2 lovers, feeling like a fool. That's a lyric. And you have a choice to make here. And not every Scorpio, but some of you. And some of your decision might be regarding the 11th house. Not so much an intimate relationship, but it could just be the friendships in your life. Let's pull an angel card for Scorpio and see what comes up. What advice or assistance do the archangels have for Scorpio at this time? Oceana, how beautiful. Oceana, take action. Make a decision. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Mars in that 11th house. Some of you want to say something to someone, and maybe you should. Get it off your chest, Scorpio. We're all ears. We can't wait to see how you can get out of this one. I think that you might need to take action. And if you're comfortable with that, why not? However that applies, it could easily apply to the 11th house. It might apply to the 10th house of career as well. When I see the word action, I immediately think Mars. So I look to where Mars is, and that is in the 11th house. Of your goals. Now, keep this in mind. You have all of the social stuff happening, and maybe the desire to express yourself in the 11th house. This could be related to what your personal goals and wishes are in the 11th house. And There are some things that Scorpio has not completed, and you might be finishing that with Mars in the 11th. Get to your goals. Take action on them. No one's going to do it but you. That even means business partners. You can't rely on anyone if you have a purpose and a goal. So hop to it. I think that the planets are aligned in this sector to really see you push forward. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel and for your donations as well. Thank you. And I'm wishing you a sweet September. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.